Okay, so tonight cooking with Andre. We're doing something that I used to do a little while back ago for the guys when I was cooking for the family meal. What we used to do was basically cut up some pieces of grilled chicken, add a little bit of peppers and onions, saute it together, add some rice, and put some chicken stock and let it cook down. Some needs to be done in 5 minutes, but this is a little different. I'm using actually whole pieces of chicken that I cut up very smaller. Right now I have it in the pot, getting a nice little color. So again, I don't use a lot of oil, just enough to get it its color. And again, like my seasonings are very simple: salt, pepper, Old Bay, and a little bit of Goya adobo. Very simple, not too much of seasoning. I don't want to overpower it. So right now, just getting nice little brownish color. So I have my peppers and my onions cut up. I don't have any red peppers, unfortunately, so I just use green and white. I like to have a little bit of color, make the food a little, give it a little jazz up. The reason why I don't put the onions and the peppers in the same time I'm cooking the chicken in the beginning is because basically by the time I'm finished, the peppers and onions are going to be just basically dissolved out. So I wanted to put it in halfway in when I'm getting ready to put the wine and the sauce and then the rice. So it's going to be nice and perfect for when I'm done. So as you can see now, I have my peppers and I have my onions in here. Um, like I said, this is just basically chicken and onions and peppers, and you have to get the smell of this. It's just so strong. It's just so, I mean, it's just smelling really good. That flavor of the onions just exploding with the green peppers, and then the chicken and the seasoning, everything just combining together. It's just, oh. Again, like I said, just a little touch of oil. I don't want a lot of oil in here because again, I don't want my stuff to be, too oily. And again, somebody was asking me when I was making my pork chops the other day if I'm making it in a skillet. I'm like, yes, I pretty much want to show you. You don't need a lot of pots or any kind of thing like that. You could just do it in one little pot. So I'm just using one pot for everything right now. So I'm going to be just cooking everything in this one single pot tonight. So it basically show you, you don't have to, a lot of cleanup afterwards or whatever. I have my knife, I have my spatula, I have my things like that. So, I'm pretty much good to go. So, these are my tools for tonight here. I'm not really going to use the pot spoon because I want to use my spatula, especially when I'm dealing with the rice and stuff, to get it nice and nice good scraping of the pot. I don't want it to be, picking up the metal on the bottom. So I pretty much, my chicken is almost 3/4 of the way cooked. The peppers and the onions got a little saute with the chicken. I added some wine, a little bit of salt, and then I added the rice. Now, the rice is, I had leftover rice from the night before, and it would have just went to waste. So instead of me cooking fresh rice, I just added it to the chicken. Now you have to be very careful because I had to cook the chicken a little more because the rice was already cooked. Now if I didn't use the old rice or I needed fresh rice, I would have just literally cooked the chicken just very little and then put it with the mix and put it in the oven and let it boil down and reduce and be set. But like I said, I just used the old rice that I had left over from the night before, and it's just the same thing. So you just have to be careful with the amount of time that you're cooking it for now, because then you don't want the rice to get over soft and just, you know, basically be like mush. So as you can see, it's boiling back up. So I'm gonna let it boil a little more, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven, 375 for about 15 minutes, maybe a little more, depending on how long it takes to boil down and reduce. So this is pretty much ready to go. Now a lot of people, the chicken looks a little whitish because, like I said, I didn't use a lot of oil and I just lightly colored it. Now you could easily add a little bit of gravy in it, a little browning to give it a little color, and you'll be just fine. I normally use this. It's very concentrated, so just a little bit would change the color, and like I said, you'll be just fine. So like I said, it's starting to boil up again there. Let it boil a little more, and I'll be putting it in the oven. So this is the finished product. I just pulled it out of the oven. Now, as you can see, it has a lot of sauce here. So has a lot of water that's not reduced yet. I wanted it like that, so I just pulled it out of the oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a foil over it and just let it sit outside. So that way that heat is going to still there, and it's just going to basically cook. Slowly keep cooking and cooking and cooking until the water just reduces pretty much to the point that I want it. And again, like I said, I put in a little bit of the gravy, so I got my color, and my food is, like I said, it's pretty much done right now. You can see it's still very hot. I literally just pulled it out a couple seconds ago. So that way when you put the aluminum, it's just going to basically keep cooking by itself until it just properly reduces. It's going to cook slowly for another 10-15 minutes, not even that long, and it's just going to reduce all that water. And there you have it, the finished product. Rice, chicken, little vegetables. Very simple, very easy, and very tasty. Another meal that you can do with your family. One person seasons the chicken, one person cuts up the onions and peppers, little things like that. Kids like to hear that little sizzling sound when the food hits the oil and stuff like that. Things like that keeps your family occupied and stuff like that. And again, like I said, it's very easy, very simple. You don't need a lot of products. You don't need to buy any kind of thing. It's just chicken and rice and peppers and onions. Very simple, something under $10.